My name is Hello. My name is William Parker, and I am a 10th grade sophomore at Harmony Science Academy of North Austin. And my project is about an air purifying building. Anyways, global warming is probably the number one crisis in the world today. And what I hope to solve in this project is I hope to get rid of CO2 emissions, or at least slow it down by half by incorporating it into buildings, putting it in large cities, and making the city a healthier environment to live in. Well, let's get started. The social studies component of this is that pollution started around 100 BC. Where the Roman and Han empires created blacksmiths, which then created methane by burning wood to forge weapons and anything metal. Eventually, that kind of stayed that way and didn't really affect the environment that much. However, the Industrial Revolution did affect the environment greatly, and this released large amounts of methane, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and any other deadly chemical toxins into the air, cutting down our age maximum to 30 years of age, also creating sickness and other things like that. Eventually, there's actually carbon dioxide air scrubbers that were created to filter out at least half of the air that was being produced in factories and industries. However, the factories and industries still released large amounts of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and methane into the air, just not for the workers. So my original idea for this project was to put giant ionic air filters on the sides of the buildings. However, ionic air filters used UV lights to separate oxygen from contaminants and filtering out the contaminants and containing them inside of the container. But however, when the pure oxygen was released, it also carried with it ozone, and ozone was also released, and ozone would destroy the atmosphere, so I could not proceed with that part of the project. So I had to restart from scratch and then resort to my earlier discussion, carbon dioxide scrubbers. Carbon dioxide scrubbers only took away half of the pollutants that go through it, but it was better for the environment. Well, this is how carbon dioxide scrubbers look like, and what it does is that it goes through an entrance through the bottom, and the contaminated air goes through these series of sprinklers, which has water mixed with limestone, finely grained limestone, enough to where it's a microscopic level. And then the limestone would then react with the gases in the air, and thus bringing it to the bottom where the water can then be filtered out of the sludge, and the carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, or any other contaminants would be left at the bottom to be used for fertilizer or be reused for fuel. And then the cleaner air would, of course, come out through the top and out and about. This process right here, when the limestone reacts with the contaminated air, is called flue gas desulfurization, and it's practically what I explained to you. The limestone reacts with carbon dioxide or sulfur dioxide. So this is what the building would look like if I were to incorporate it into a building for my first idea. And these are the CO2 air scrubbers, and this carbon dioxide would go into each one of these holes, and it would go through the whole flue gas desulfurization process, and then the air would go through the building out the top. The reason why the carbon dioxide air scrubbers at the bottom is because carbon dioxide or gas is heavier than air, or heavier than oxygen, and CO2 emissions usually come from cars. So if I could put this into a city, then the carbon dioxide would flow more into the carbon dioxide air filters. So, that is my project for PBO, and yes, that sums it all up. Thank you.